Thane, I need something new to play. Something full of action. It'll make me feel young again.
Have you tried Ghost of Tsushima?
You know, I like the swords, but I still want to shoot something.
Alright, what about Metroid Dread?
Hey, whoa. You know I don't like those kind of games. Come on, man.
Alright. What about No More Heroes 3?
You know, that's the right amount of weed, but still no guns.
Have you given Doom a shot?
Thane, that's a great idea. I haven't played Shadow Warrior 2 yet. I still need to give that a shot. Thank you, Thane. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna play now.
That's not what I meant at all!
Shadow Warrior 2 is the sequel to the classic shooter reboot, and like its predecessor, stars Lo Wang. Unlike its predecessor, this time around, the game drops a lot of its old-school Doom inspirations and instead includes some RPG elements. Along with this change in subgenre, it also forgoes the level-by-level structure found in the original in favor of a looter-shooter styled game in the same vein as something like Destiny. I want to be completely upfront and open with my opinions on this game right from the get-go. I think the gameplay was very good, but I think the story was garbage. This pains me as someone who adored the story found in the original. This doesn't mean that I hated all of it. The writing definitely had its moments, but overall the plot was a miss in my book. Let's get into the story of the game a little bit. I won't bring up any story points past the first hour mark in the game, so you don't have to worry about any spoilers. Shadow Warrior 2 takes place roughly 5 years after the events in the first one. Lo Wang has found a new Yakuza boss to work for and is going on all sorts of missions for them. During one of these missions, he goes to rescue a girl named Kamiko. Wang finds out that her body has been corrupted, and her soul is then implanted into his body for safekeeping. The rest of the game revolves around trying to figure out how to fix their predicament. I immediately thought that this was just the same plot device that the first game used to make Hoji your buddy while going through the events in that game. And yeah, I was exactly right. Kamiko is your sidekick, accomplice, colleague? Let's just say that she doesn't enjoy being inside of Lo Wang's brain, but she can tolerate it. Anyway, because of the scenario, I ended up loving Hoji in the first game, and it worked again in this one. I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Kamiko and Lo Wang's dialogue is the most redeeming part of the story. At the beginning of most levels, they would have some little banter with each other, and usually it was for comedic purposes, but sometimes it was very heartwarming. There were some small moments in the story that really hit home, especially if you had played through the first game. The problem was that those were few and far between.
Overall, the main plot really wasn't all that great, and the jokes ranged from laugh out loud to terrible, and the good parts just weren't long enough. And don't even get me started on that ending.
Whoa. No spoilers, alright? So, you didn't like the story very much, but how's the gameplay?
That's another thing. It wasn't even very Doom-like. But I still really liked it.
Shadow Warrior 2 plays excellently. The gunplay is vastly improved from the original, the movement was enhanced greatly, and the swordplay was refined. In the original, the guns felt kinda weightless. I rarely used them because I didn't like the way that they felt. They didn't pack the punch that they needed, and Shadow Warrior 2 does a lot to fix that. There is more recoil, the animations are just plain sexy, and the amount of available weapons really goes a long way. When you get a new gun, you can try it out and see if you like it. This is the great part. If you don't like it, just unequip it from your weapon wheel and replace it with another one. You can even sell it if you want. In the first game, there were some guns I avoided like the plague, but in 2, it's just so simple. Swap out the ones you don't like and keep the ones you do. I love the gun system in this game. Alongside the weapons you find, you'll also find upgrades that you can attach to your weapons. Maybe you want to have a Dragon Breath shotgun or an electric Gatling gun. It's as easy as attaching the upgrades that will give them that effect. Decided you don't like the fire-breathing shotgun? Swap the attachments out for something else. Maybe give it a crit damage build or make it into a poison blaster. There are so many options, and each of these upgrades can also be put onto the blades. The swordplay was good in the first Shadow Warrior, albeit a bit overpowered. In 2, they are much more balanced, but I still think they're the best part about this series. It's so fun to jump into a mob of demons and just start slashing like a madman. Another upgrade to this game that makes it so much better is the procedural dismemberment of the enemies. This means that each slash has a visual effect. You can slash off some demon arms, their head, or even their body in two. This also extends to the guns as well, which is best displayed by blowing a hole in a demon's belly with a shotgun. Speaking of that big word procedural, the levels are all procedurally generated. They are broken down into chunks and put together like a puzzle. This is good and bad, but in my opinion mostly good. Although all the levels are set in similar looking areas, they feel very different from level to level. The downside is that there won't be any level memorization and you will notice some of the same places from time to time, but this makes it so that each level can be different and adds to the replayability of the game. That aside, the level design is pretty good for the most part. The game looks very good visually, and the levels have a sense of verticality you don't see in shooters very often. All of these mechanics come together with the movement. The movement in Shadow Warrior 2 has been immensely improved from the original. The dash doesn't have a cooldown anymore, and you can do so in midair. Along with that, you can also double jump, and to round everything out, there is no fall damage. This makes traversing levels relatively smooth and insanely fun. The cherry on top is the ability to teleport back to the hub world to resupply an ammo or shop for weapons and upgrades, only to teleport back to the exact same spot in the level you just left. So all you people out there with the Skyward Sword amiibo can stick it where the wing don't shine. When this game is firing on all cylinders, it's incredible. It's such a blast to play when the writing's on point and you're killing demons at a fast pace with your favorite weapons. Honestly, I think the good parts do outweigh the bad. There is a lot to this game that you can play with if you want. For example, the upgradable skills. You can pick and choose how you decide to play, and if that's what you're looking for, and I stress that if gameplay is all you're looking for, you really can't go wrong with Shadow Warrior 2.
Was that really the right direction for the Shadow Warrior series? I don't know. I mean, I was pretty sad about the story, but I really did enjoy the gameplay. You know, thanks, Thane. I really needed that. Your turn now. Alright, Thane. What kind of problems are you having with your life?
Well, I can't get a girlfriend that won't match my interests. My parents won't let me get a PS5. My life feels like it's in a meaningless rut. And none of my friends will play Doom.
Well, I can't really help you with most of that, but I think I can help you out with one of those.
Hey everyone, thank you for watching our video on Shadow Warrior 2. We hope you have enjoyed. If you have enjoyed, feel free to leave a like on our video and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. We make videos like this every Friday, but you can also check our backlog and see what you've missed out on our channel in the past. Shout out to our Patreons who we appreciate very much so. Thank you guys again, and as always, keep it rad.